What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. Last time, we encountered some problems in trying to enter Kanashiro's palace. We found that it was floating in the freaking sky. We couldn't exactly do anything about it. While we were trying to figure out a way to access it, Nijima did something a little bit rash and incredibly stupid by confronting the actual Kanashiro. We tried to save her, but in the process, we are now being blackmailed by Kanashiro himself. If we don't get him 3 million yen by 3 weeks, very bad things are going to happen to us. Very bad things. Now, even though that seems like a really problematic situation, and it is, Nijima's decision did allow us access into the palace by changing Kanashiro's cognition. And at the end of the day, Makoto awakened to her persona and is now a part of our team in trying to take down Kanashiro. In this episode, we now definitely need to steal Kanashiro's heart. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for us. But we at least have access to the palace now, and we have a new deadline and a new party member.
A motorcycle-shaped persona, huh? You know, I can turn into a car too, so it's like I feel a sense of familiarity.
What, you think maybe you're a persona now?
No. I'm supposed to be human. Well, motorcycles are nice too, but it can't carry large numbers of people. I really am special after all. Huh? Carry? No. Take somewhere? Something just crossed my mind.
What is it?
It's no use. I can't remember it all. There's nothing I can do about it if I can't remember. I need to concentrate on Kanashiro for now. Unlike you guys, Makoto's clever, so we can expect great things from her. But man, you really do have something special.
Please, I'm sure it was all just a coincidence.
Looks like I better step up my game too.
Now we're rank 4 with Morgana. So now, Morgana has the same ability that Ryuji and An have. So in case the Shadow gets pissed off at us, and Morgana's in our party, then there's a chance that we can get a redo.
I know. After we deal with Kanashiro, I should consult her about mementos too. I'm sure Makoto's brain can... Hello?
Bacon.
We got Yusuke, and now Makoto. This guy has quite the luck. Could there be some reason for it? Nah, that can't be.
Good morning.
Oh, morning, Nijima. slow down there. I know you're anxious, and it was like this with Yusuke as well. We need to prepare first before we try to go into a palace. I'll think about it and let you know if we're going in or not, but don't get so anxious, okay? Will do. you say so. Good, now I can actually start calling her Makoto now. Yeah, trying to roleplay like that can be a little bit troublesome at times, but still. Now we can at least start calling Makoto as Makoto, like the game has been telling us since we first learned of her first name. Alright, and now the game has officially set us a new deadline in order to take Kanashiro's heart. Alright, well, wow, the game is just going to continue to remind us to build up our confidence if you haven't already.
Hey!
Alright, Morgana's just telling us to head on into Mementos. So what exactly are we going to be doing today? Well, today, in the first place, we are going to head off to is Shibuya, specifically Airsoft. Well, the Airsoft shop, which is also untouchable. You know what I mean. We're heading here first, not because we can do anything about the Confidant, but rather for actual equipment. I thought I already sold everything. However...
Alright, which one?
Since we now officially have access to a new palace, we now have more stuff that we can get. So for us, we can get a kopis or a skinning knife. Ryuji has a heavy mace or an iron pipe. Should probably get Ryuji something. Morgana has a sleeper blade and tall war. Very interesting. On has the burn whip and the warrior whip. Yusuke has the antique gunto, also pretty nice, and the imitation katana. And now we have Makoto. So what are Makoto's weapons? Well, her weapons are more gauntlets, more than anything. Makoto primarily uses her fists and martial arts skills to attack, you know, physically. So that's reflected in her weapons, which are just knuckles. So she has the heavy grip and the delta knuckle that we could potentially give her.
Okay.
In terms of ranged weapons, we'll start with Makoto this time.
Sounds good.
Her weapon of choice is a revolver. So kind of similar to our pistol. I believe it holds less rounds, but is generally, I think, a bit more powerful than our pistol. So, still very good weapons to have. Let's see, we have the Sandhawk and the Compact. Ryuji has Knock Volley, Fireworks, and Mad Maximum. Very interesting. Morgana has the Comet 3 and Upsilon. On has the Blitz machine gun and the Flare submachine gun. Yikes, that's a drop in accuracy. And Yusuke has the G1 type and the heavy assault rifle. Alright, so various things that we've got there. And then in terms of armor, we have the Saint's tunic and the athletic shirt for males, as well as the Reckless vest and the Army vest, which are gender neutral. Morgana has the water crown and the camo collar. Oh, very interesting. And then the women have the glaring cape and the power camisole. Okay, I'm actually going to go and take a good look as to what I need for my party members. And I'll meet you guys when I decide what exactly I want to get for everyone, just so we can speed up this process a little bit. Alright, I think I've decided what exactly I want. I didn't exactly check prices, so I'm not sure I'll be able to quite afford everything. But I'm going to start off with armor. So what I'm going to do
That's
is
good.
that I am going to give
That's what
Ryuji
you're choosing?
an army
How's that?
vest. Unequip and then sell the dress shirt, as well as giving on the same thing. Giving her an army vest, which is so much better than the chainmail, and also doesn't, you know, cost quite as much
You
money.
better not use it to pull a prank.
And we can sell the chain vest as well. I think everyone else is good in terms of armor.
Alright.
In terms of ranged weapons, I'm going to buy something
which
for On, specifically
That's what you're
Trooper.
choosing? Don't break it, okay?
That way her attacks are a little bit more powerful, but don't quite take up as much money. I am trying to be a little bit conservative with how much money I am spending. For Yusuke, I am going to... Jeez, pretty much anything would be better for him. But we'll get him the Black Assault
You
Rifle.
better not use it to pull a prank.
And then sell the Replica AR.
Okay.
And then we have melee
Sounds good.
weapons. So I am going to give myself the
That's what you're
skinning
choosing? I
knife.
like it.
Sell the silver dagger. I'm going to get Ryuji the
Don't
battle
break it, okay?
hammer. And I wanted to, well, going to keep Morgana with me quite a
what
bit, so
you
I'll
chose
give
that.
him the scimitar. And now we're poor. But that should be everything that
again.
I wanted to buy. Of course, now we aren't exactly looking very good in terms of money. But, hey, we'll be heading on into the palace in about... We won't be heading into the palace immediately, but... I mean, we should be alright for the time being. At least I think we will be. So what exactly are we going to be doing today? Well, we are going to be hanging out with On, but before we do that, I want to take a detour and head on over here. Where's the door? Where's the... There it is! I'm trying to find the freaking door. I want to head on over to the supermarket because I want to first buy these chocolate truffles. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a gift item that we can use to, you know, give to a girl on a date. What's actually interesting is the fact that I don't believe these types of items respawn. I don't believe they do. So you have to be careful as to what you want to give to any sort of girl if you take them out on a date. And for today, like I mentioned before, we are going to be spending time with On.
Hey,
Now, stop worrying about the treasure. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to rank up with her, but this does at least give me a chance to show off something, as well as to head on over to a new area.
yeah.
So, where
Okay.
exactly are we going to be going? Well, we are going to go to Inokashira Park. So that's where we are going to spend our time with On today.
Okay, let's get going. Mhm.
We should make some, and then next time we come here, we can enjoy that picnic. So, dessert sandwiches? Eh. So, this is what happens when you have a potential gift item. You will be prompted to potentially give such a gift to the girl that you are hanging out with. You can, of course, also wait before giving anything, but we specifically got these chocolate truffles to give to On. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, hope you like them.
Thanks!
You're welcome, On. And that was the very reason why we did not have enough points to rank up with her, but giving her those chocolate truffles did the trick. Now, there was a specific reason why I got the chocolate truffles, because On specifically mentioned that they melt in, like, your mouth whenever you eat them. What's very interesting is that different female confidants will have unique dialogue if you give them a specific item. And they do this for a couple items. So one of On's unique dialogue was with those chocolate truffles. So if you want to experiment, you can. There's some sort of list online saying what sort of female confidant enjoys certain gifts, though do be careful, there are spoilers based on where we are in the game. Sure. So yeah, now the thing is that this is realistically the only time in the game in which it's really, well, a good idea to give a gift. Otherwise, it's just kind of for like role-playing purposes or even just experimentation, but this is realistically the only time where we have to give a gift. So, it's a great feature. Too bad we're not really going to use it ever again.
Thanks!
Later.
Rain, huh?
Oh.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping.
I'd be sent straight to juvie.
A question to be asked. Where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter at Booth's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Let's change his heart.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I find an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need them mask.
Hey!
I'm a sharpshooter at Booth's masquerade, heart in both face and mind, all free for you to draw.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm
We've only got so much time to be able to do this.
chained
So, what exactly are we going to be doing this evening? Well, first things first, since it's the beginning of a new week, time to get some sodas! Though we are starting to run a little bit low on money, so we kind of need to be careful with how we spend our money before heading on into the palace. But hey, 400 yen for 4 sodas is not exactly a bad deal. So, what are we doing this evening? Well, first things first, we are going to head on over to Shinjuku.
I can't tell you how to sim.
And this actually gets me an opportunity to, well, go over everything that Shinjuku has. So, first things first, we have something that is very peculiar and out of place. Yes, we can actually access the Velvet Room here in Shinjuku.
Hey, inmate!
I'm a sharpshooter at Paul's masquerade, hiding both face and mind.
There you are, inmate. Our master admires the progress of your rehabilitation, and hence has given you use of a special ritual. It's the gallows, used to strengthen persona abilities. Any further questions regarding this ritual can be directed toward our master himself. He's apparently gonna consider making even more rituals if your rehabilitation goes as planned. Work hard for it, inmate.
Alright, and now we have access to a new ability within the Velvet Room.
How goes?
The Gallows.
The inmate needs
So
our...
the
Let's
Gallows... let's see if I can actually... Yes. So the Gallows allows us to strengthen one of our personas.
Power requires sacrifice.
What this does is that we first select a persona that we want to make stronger. For this demonstrative purpose, we'll choose Nekomata. Then we have to choose a persona that we want to sacrifice. We'll go with Agathion.
Is that enough?
So, what this will do is that it will grant us bonus experience based upon the level and the confidant of the different personas. So it's the level of the sacrifice persona plus the confidant of the strengthened persona. Now, there's not really a reason to do this right at the moment, especially since Agathion isn't going to help increase Nekomata's experience all that much. But it is something new that we
Finished? Are you
have
finished?
access to right now. Plus,
No
we
slacking off.
have access to the Velvet Room within Shinjuku. So if we wanted to do a bit of Persona fusions while we're here, we don't have to always go back to Shibuya in order to do so. So what all is here in Shinjuku? Well, Shinjuku has access to a movie theater. And this movie theater shows different movies than the one that is playing in Shibuya. So this one shows Like a Dragon, which would increase our guts if we went to go see it, which we're not going to. So yeah, like I mentioned, it has different movies that cycle out periodically than the one in Shibuya. So you have various different things that you could potentially do. There are various soda machines that are around here as well, with different sodas than some of the ones that we have seen before, and some that are the same. I believe this one has... Yes, this one has SP recovery items as well. Same prices, I believe, as the ones that are in school and at the arcade in Shibuya. Right here would be where that fortune teller was that we ran into previously. She's not out right now because it's raining, so we would need to talk to her at another time. Mishima is also here for some reason. I don't know why, but Mishima always likes to show up in the different hubs. Over here we have just a... Well, actually, Is that one open during the day? I'm not sure. But we do have this flower shop that is only open at night.
Welcome.
So we could buy different materials in order to craft different thieving tools. We have different gifts that we could potentially give, as well as mega fertilizer. We saw that there were 2 different types of fertilizer that we could buy in Shibuya. One that was really cheap and didn't really give all that much to our plants, as well as one that was kind of good, but a little bit more expensive. This is even more expensive, but if we feed this to the plant in our room, we get 3 points into kindness, as opposed to the 2 from the medium and 1 from the really crappy one. We're gonna buy 1 of these right now. We could buy more, and we will, but I don't have that much money right now. So I'm going to try to save up my money as best I can. Over here we have a bookstore.
What do you want?
So we can buy different books here than the ones that are in Shibuya. So we have the Flowerpedia as well as Cinema Treasures. So the Flowerpedia would be able to help out whenever we go do our flower job. And Cinema Treasures is actually a very interesting book that would allow us to gain more points in our social stats whenever we go see movies. When I get more money, I'm definitely going to come back and buy the Cinema Treasures. But I am trying to save up my money for the time being. There are more soda machines right here. I'm not sure if this one is different than the one that was in the other corner. I believe it is. So you could buy basically 2 of each of those sodas. And then over here we have Crossroads, which we saw previously. Crossroads will have a bit more of a use later down the line, but as of right now, it's not really so much. Yeah, so this one is a general store, but it closes up at night. So the general store is open during the day, and the flower shop is open at night. So keep that in mind if you want to do a bit of shopping in either of those stores. Really, the biggest reason why we came here was to get that fertilizer. Not really too much of a reason otherwise, but it does give me a chance to explain what Shinjuku has to offer. So what are we actually going to be doing this evening? Well, this evening, since it is raining, we are going to head on over to the diner. And unfortunately, yes, if you're going to or from any of the locations, you do have to pay money. Though, let's say that we had a confidant that was in Shinjuku, we do the confidant and then we head home, we don't actually have to pay for the return trip. Which is very interesting and kind of odd, but whatever, that's game mechanics for you.
Nice.
So today, we are going to just be spending some more time in the diner.
Without grasping it, the real question to be asked.
Oh,
Alright, so what exactly are we going to be ordering? Well, we are going to, once again, order a nice cup of coffee. Gain us a couple extra points into our knowledge, an extra point to our guts. I mean, we still need those guts points.
All right.
hey,
2 extra points into our knowledge. Which is still rank 2.
nice.
And a bonus point. Dang, still no rank up.
All right.
Surprised how many
Wanna head
points it
back?
takes to raise up knowledge. But that's just how things go.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, as we were trying to run away from that cop.
Wow.
Maybe. Hmm? I think so. He straight up told us that we had 3 weeks to get us the money. I don't exactly like taking him at his word, but maybe he does have some sense of honor. Well, I didn't say we were completely out of trouble. Ryuji just said for now, and yes, for now, we are safe. But that doesn't mean we can relax. We still need to do that change of heart. Otherwise, we will be in trouble. Well, I think we've gotten quite a bit done today, so I believe now is about as good a time as any to call it a day. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5. We are going to continue to develop our bonds and confidants as we prepare to be ready to take on Kaneshiro at his palace. We still have, well, quite a bit of time left before we really need to worry. So I don't really feel the need to rush into things. But we do need to make sure that we keep an eye out on the calendar just to make sure we don't get too complacent. We don't have to worry for the time being, but it is better to solve this sooner rather than later. Until next time, everyone, take care.